Today I'm sharing with you a controversial new handbag trend. Hello, Snowball. I want to tell you something about this little guy in a second too. But I'm sharing a controversial new handbag trend that people seem to either love or hate. And I even did a poll about this just a few days ago. The results are in and most of you hate it. I'm not surprised at all by that. I was expecting that outcome. And I will say one of the big trends that I've seen lately is childish things, and that's been going on for a while. But it is not that. It is something different. And it's something we've seen before, but we haven't seen it in a while. And it's something that I think people associate with a lot of different things, so we'll talk about that a little bit too. But primarily I want to make you aware of this trend, and I'm going to show you a bunch of handbags that have been released recently, things that you can get your hands on now if you're interested in the trend. And they're a wide range. I have some to show you that are $15 all the way up to $6,500. So you can certainly participate in this trend no matter your budget. So let's get started. Welcome, I'm Autumn Beckman, and I'm here to help you live your most luxurious life within your budget. I post new videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of those. And so you don't miss my daily community posts where I share the best sales of the day and fabulous handbags that I find, as well as polls sometimes. Also don't miss my website. The shop page is where I have handbags and accessories available for sale, as well as, this will be fun to do one-handed, the My Handbag Collection Organizer, which are planner pages that I've designed to help you organize and curate your handbags and your life. Hello, Snowball. The heart of the handbag planner are the item tracker pages. That's where you can record everything you'd want to know about your handbags and small goods. There are also wish list pages, purchase trackers, a variety of trackers to keep track of how you use your items, as well as calendar and planning pages. There are a variety of different layouts of calendars so you can find what works best for you. There are also project planning pages, a variety of habit trackers, and so much more. So let me tell you about Snowball just for a second. If you don't know him, he's one of my parakeets. He's fairly new here. I recently did a video where he was crawling all over me, and a few people said that was distracting, and I agree. So the last few videos that I've filmed, I have kept him locked up. The reason that I have him out now is because yesterday he was flying around in the living room and he ran into a wall, like with his head, and he was feeling off yesterday. So I just have him out so I can observe him. And he seems totally back to normal today. So I think I'm gonna go ahead, since he's behaving this way again, he's behaving like a little child, I'm gonna go ahead and lock him up. Success, I got him put away. So I was out in the real world and we were at a restaurant. We went to breakfast and I took a bag, a vintage Coach bag that I unboxed not too long ago on this channel, that there was a little controversy over. And again, I expected this. But this bag fits into the trend that we're talking about today. And we sat in a booth where we were facing the front door. We were very close to the front door. So I could see people come in, and I'm always looking at people's bags. I noticed two other people come in with bags that fit this trend. And it's unusual. You don't see this very often, at least I don't. So I thought that was interesting, and in working on Coach videos lately, I've seen this trend in a few new Coach bags. So I thought something is going on here. So I started doing a little bit more research, and all kinds of brands have bags that have this trend. And what is this trend that is so controversial? Well, it is fringe. In the poll that I did the other day, I asked you guys if you would wear a bag that had a lot of fringe on it. 75% of you said no, which is a pretty powerful message. And it also is a bit confusing to me that designers would be pushing this as a trend again, because certainly these companies know that most people don't like fringe. So why would they be pushing out a product that they know people don't like? But one of the interesting things with fringe is that it's associated with a lot of different things. So when you think of fringe, what do you think of? What do you picture? What period of time do you think about? For me, when I think of fringe, I immediately think of leather fringe, Western, maybe because I'm from Texas and it's rodeo season down there right now. So that's the kind of fringe that I have grown up seeing. And I also associate it with hippies, which is again leather fringe. But I would love in the comments to hear what you associate it with, because I know there are other things too, and I don't want to mention them because I don't want to put ideas in your head. But let me know what comes to your mind when you think of fringe. And because it's associated with so many different things, we've seen fringe represented in different ways. Runways. We've seen it in leather, of course, but I've also seen a lot of crystal fringe, like drops of some kind of material that crystals are attached to, and these crystals are swinging around off bags. We've seen boho looks come back on the runway. In the most recent Coach runway show, I pointed out that there was a dress that looked 1920s to me, at least parts of it did. I've definitely seen that kind of influence lately too. Lots of texture, lots of beading. These 1920s or boho looks, and I've also seen Western looks. And the fringe that we'll talk about today will be all leather fringe. I could do a whole other video on the crystal fringe. Let me know if you'd like to see that. And we're talking about leather fringe because that's where I discovered this current trend. This is the bag I was carrying that day, the vintage stewardess at the restaurant with all this fringe. And this was part of a special collection with Coach and Barney's. I will link this video below because there's a whole story behind it. Let's start looking at these bags now. I'm gonna start with the most expensive ones and go down to the least expensive ones. The most expensive I found was from Fendi. It's a peekaboo, and it has this long fringe all along the bottom. What I'm seeing is a lot of fringe that's just on the perimeter of these bags. This particular one is $6,500, but don't worry if you can't afford that, because how many of us can? There is a more affordable option. At only $1,850, so nearly $2,000, you can get a tiny little Fendi Nano peekaboo that has fringe on it. So you can get that look shrunken down. And I'm not sure you'd even be able to fit $1,850 inside of that bag, but it's cute. Next up is Chloe. They have this fringe charm bag. I love this one. I think this is my favorite bag of all the ones that I'm showing you today. This is $5,790. And by the way, of course, I will have all of these bags linked in the description box below. This is a crescent-shaped hobo bag with layers of black leather fringe. And it has these gold charms hanging from it, many of which are pineapples for some reason, not sure what that's about. It has two strap options, either an adjustable leather strap or this metal ring, so you can get a little versatility for your nearly $6,000. Got that going for it. Chloe has done a great job of what I would describe as Western themed bags. They have that saddle bag that's been very popular. They're great with leather and with suede, so I'm not at all surprised to see something like this from Chloe. Givenchy, I love this one too, has this Voyou bag for $3,100. It has so much black fringe on the sides as well as these leather straps that go diagonally on the corners with little buckles. My favorites of all these bags are the ones with a lot of fringe, which I think is evident in my choice of this bag as well. I feel like that has a lot. Some of these have a lot more though. Chloe also has this foulard bag for $2,350 with layers of fringe, black leather, gold chain on the shoulder strap. It's very similar to that previous bag, but a little smaller and a little bit cheaper. Tod's, this is a great, more satchel style bag in brown. It's the Appa 2 for $2,125. And I like that they have put the fringe on the edges. There are actually 4 sets of fringe here, so kind of the 4 corners, the 4 edges of the bag. And it does also include a shoulder strap, so again, you get that versatility. There's a brand called Acris, how do you pronounce that? This bag is the Anna Hobo for $1,790. It has dramatically long fringe on this traditional saddlebag style. And speaking of dramatically long fringe, this Stella McCartney bag, it's the Falabella covered in fringe. This is beautiful. $1,292. This is one of the first bags I saw when I started looking for bags that go along with this trend that are current season. This is the Moon bag from Staud. I've had a couple of these before. They're fun bags. $395 for this one, with again that brown suede around the perimeter. And if you want something a little smaller and a shape that's a little more traditional, this is Staud's own bag for $325 with those layers of suede fringe. I mentioned a lot of designers doing fringe around the edges. There are also a lot of layers. You've already seen that here with Chloe and with this bag. Here's one of the Coach bags I saw with fringe. This is the Stevie Western inspired crossbody for $395. And this is designed specifically to be a festival bag. So that could be another reason why fringe is in now, because of festivals. Spring and summer coming up and people going to festivals. And I'm not a festival person, so I have no idea. I don't pay attention to that stuff. I don't know what people wear. I didn't know boho hippie look was a thing at festivals still, or again. If you're familiar with that scene, let me know. What's going on there? This Edbury bag from All Saints is $369. It's a triangular shoulder hobo style bag with the black fringe on the sides. Very nice. Or this Wonders bag for $380 from Jeffrey Campbell. Another suede hobo with fringe on the bottom. Comes in black, tan, and of course this green, as well as an orange. Another I told you about recently from Coach is the Brooklyn 23 with the fringe along the edges. I love that this one also has a braided crossbody strap, and it's only $250. Very affordable if you're looking for a designer name and something that's a little higher quality than some of the cheaper bags we'll talk about in a minute. This comes in sand, which is a suede, or black. Vince Camuto, I've carried his bags before a long time ago. I really enjoyed them. This bag is $218. It's a triangular hobo in brown or black with diagonal fringe, which I hadn't seen from any of the other designers. Kurt Geiger, I've had their bags before too. Really enjoyed those. Here's the Kensington in a suede drawstring bag. This one is on sale. It was originally $245. It's now only $122. It has these layers of black suede, the drawstring, and silver hardware. This fringe bag from Dahlia is also on sale. It was originally $50, now it's only $35. Fantastic deal. I think just about anybody can afford that. Brown shoulder bag with fringe around the edges. It's a lovely choice, so affordable. Coach also has a lot of upcrafted bags that they've added fringe to, because fringe is a thing that Coach has done a lot of over the years, starting all the way back with their original handbag designer Bonnie Cashin. And I wanted to show you one Preloved bag, because when I think of Preloved designer luxury brand bags that fit with this trend, that have the fringe, this is the one I think of, and it's such a unique bag. It's this one from Louis Vuitton. It's the bucket bag from the Murakami collection with the rainbow fringe. The prices on these vary, of course, because they're on the Preloved market. And I have seen this bag before, but as I was researching for this video, I didn't realize that it comes in the white multicolor, but it also came in the black multicolor, and it also came in a speedy. I didn't know that. In the white and also in the black. And there's also a pochette that has the fringe on it, which also comes in white or in black. Did you know about those? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you know of any other bags from that line that I didn't just mention, or was it just those three? So is fringe something that you would wear? I'm gonna guess about 75% of you will say no. Is this a trend that you would buy into? Would you spend money on it? Would you wear a bag? If you did get one, would you be more interested in getting one of the designer bags, or a bag that's like under $50 because it might be something you only wear on rare occasions? Is this something you'd wear on rare occasions, or is it something you'd wear every day? Let me know, the good, the bad, and the ugly, what you think of fringe being back in style again in the comments section below. And while you're down there, remember to check out the links for all the bags that I just told you about in the description box, as well as the link to my website, autumnbeckman.com, the shop page. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you back here next time, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.